Hello, my wonderful math students. Today is quiz day. We're going to be graphing lines today on the quiz. It's a nice short quiz. You're going to be doing this on paper in class, but just in case you aren't in class today to see this review in person, here it is. The first problem that we're going to do is we're graphing this equation using x and y intercepts. Remember, for x and y intercepts, we're always going to start with zeros in those spots. Now notice this first spot that's open is the x that's open. We're going to find the x-intercept first. So when I substitute in a y for a 0 for y, now if we were in class, I would just kind of cover this up. I'm going to just kind of scribble over this. So if I put a 0 right here for this y, I would have 6 times 0 is 0. Subtracting 0 doesn't do anything. I could really ignore that part of the equation. And now I have 3x equals negative 12. And 3 times what gives me negative 12? Well, that would be a negative 4. Then, let me get rid of that. If I put the 0 in for the x, so if I put the 0 right here, 3 times 0 is 0. And adding or subtracting 0 doesn't change anything. However, the subtraction between the 3x and the 6y, that matters. That's really like a negative 6y. So if you want to change that into plus a negative, feel free to do that. But when I put a 0 in for this x, 3 times 0 is just 0, and I don't need that. So now I'm saying negative 6 times what gives me negative 12, and that'll be a positive 2. So when I graph those two other pairs, negative 4, 0 is right here. 0, positive 2 is right here. And I'm going to try to make this look better than me just drawing this by hand. So if I have that line, really it should be longer this way, but I can draw my arrows on here. That gets me the x and the y intercept. Now, if I give you an equation that's in slope-intercept form, you should be able to look at this. You know that slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So the m I can see is clearly going to be the number in front of the x, which is going to be a negative 3. Or if you want it to look like a fraction, negative 3 over 1. The y-intercept really should have an addition right here, not a subtraction. So if that bothers you, you can certainly do a keep, change and see that that y-intercept is actually at negative 1. So that means I'm going to begin my line at negative 1, and my slope is a negative 3, or a negative 3 over 1. So I'm going to go down 3 and over 1 and get a point. And that's really all that I have space to do going that direction. But I could go positive 3 and negative 1 and get my points that way. Then, again, I'll use a line to make this a little bit better than just me doing this by freehand. And then I can draw my arrows on the ends. Right? So if it's in slope-intercept form, that should be really easy. If I give you an equation that is not in slope-intercept form, I would need to take the time to get the y by itself, right? So we want to, first of all, get rid of that negative 2x. So I would add 2x to both sides. And, sorry about that. Thinking about how we want this to look. Remember, I'm not going to write 12 plus 2x. I would say 2x plus 12. And then I don't want 3y. I just want y. So I'm going to divide. Everybody divides by 3. And I get that y equals, now that 2x over 3, I would just write as 2/3 x plus, and then 12 over 3 is just a 4. So down here we've got our m equals and b equals. The m, the slope, is 2/3. And the y-intercept is 4. So that means I begin at 4. And my slope is 2/3. So up 2 over 3, get a point. And again, I ran out of space. So I would need to go down 2 and over 3. And I would do that as far as I can actually on my graphs. I just keep going until I hit the edges. Then I can draw my line. And I can get arrows on the ends. Arrows really do matter. Please be careful when you do that. So today on the quiz, this is all the same kind of stuff that you're going to be seeing on the quiz. If you have any questions, let me know. But hopefully at this point, everyone should be feeling really good with graphing and slope-intercept form. Good luck.